Today we're in my office. I thought a change of venue would be nice and something a little different for Mother's Day. Have you wished your mom a happy Mother's Day yet? I hope you were able to come to the parade yesterday and get a little bag that had some stuff in it to make for your mom. I'm sure it turned out pretty. If you made something for your mom, have your parents take a picture of it and send it to me. I would love to see how you have honored your mom on Mother's Day. Today I have 2 stories about mothers in the Bible. I wonder if you can figure out who the first one might be. Who might be the all-time #1 mom in all history? How about Mary, Jesus' mom? Let's read about her. The first special saint was surely the first Christian. Mary was the first to welcome Jesus into the world when she said yes to being his mother. Mary was the one who cared for Jesus as a baby. She saw him take his first steps, heard him say his first word. She cooked his meals, washed his clothes, and probably kissed it to make it well. When he fell and got a scraped knee, or stubbed his toe, or just got a boo-boo, she was there. Mary must have laughed with Jesus, and we know she cried for him when he was unjustly mocked and beaten and arrested and crucified. Mary rejoiced, though, when her son rose from the dead, and then she stayed with her friends, the apostles, and probably took care of them too when they started to preach the gospel of Christianity and began a new church. Mary probably comforted them when people laughed and made fun of them, just as they did her son. But Mary was much more than a comforter. She was a leader. She was the first to say yes. She was a strong but gentle influence in the early church, as she is in today's church. Mary is a role model for all ages. Mary, the first mom, and the best mom, right? Because she was the mom to Jesus. How special is that? You're special too, and so are your moms. Let's read about another mom. This is a kind of a different story. It's one of my favorite stories in the Bible. It's the story of Ruth. I may have to back up a little bit. This book's kind of big. Let's try that. Okay. Naomi lived in the land of Moab with her husband, her 2 sons, and their wives. Then a very sad thing happened. Naomi's husband died, and so did her sons. Naomi decided to go back to Bethlehem, her hometown, and she told her daughter-in-laws to go back to your own families. Naomi told her daughters-in-law, so Orpah said goodbye. But Ruth cried and promised, wherever you go, I will go too. When Ruth and Naomi got to Bethlehem, it was the busiest time of year. Harvest time. I'll go into the fields and gather the leftover grain for us to eat, Ruth told Naomi. Naomi was too old to gather food for herself, so she was glad for Ruth's help. Ruth worked hard picking the grain. God watched over Ruth, but someone else was watching too. Boaz owned the fields where Ruth went to pick grain. One day, Boaz saw Ruth in the fields, and he asked his men about her. And they said, "She's Naomi's daughter-in-law. She asked if she could pick the grain we left behind. She's been working hard all day long." Boaz was kind to Ruth. "You can work in my fields and no one will bother you," Boaz said to Ruth. "When you get hungry or thirsty, come share my food and water." Wasn't Boaz kind? "Where did you work today?" Naomi asked. "In the field of a man named Boaz," Ruth answered. "He was very kind to me." "Praise God," Naomi said. "Boaz is a member of my family. Put on your best clothes tonight and go visit him. Lie down near his feet and ask for his protection." Ruth listened to Naomi and nodded. "I'll do everything you ask." That night, Boaz slept outside to protect his grain. Suddenly, he bumped into something and woke up with a start. Ruth was lying near his feet. She said, "Please take care of me. We are part of the same family." Boaz said, "The Lord bless you. I will take care of you." Everyone celebrated the day Boaz married Ruth. What a feast they had! Naomi glowed with happiness because God had given her a new family, and before long a little grandson was born. Naomi, Ruth, Boaz, and little Obed spent many happy years together, loving each other and God. The story of Ruth. I love that story of Ruth, because what kind of mother-in-law and mother must Ruth have been for Naomi, what kind of mother-in-law must Naomi have been for Ruth to say, "I don't want to go back to my own family. I want to stay with you." And when Naomi accepted Ruth to stay with her, she taught her. She loved her. She told her what to do. And Ruth loved Naomi too, obviously. She went out and worked hard in the fields so that her and Naomi could have something to eat. Both of these stories are great stories for Mother's Day. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you have a wonderful day with your mom or your grandma or whoever you get to spend today with. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next week. Bye.